Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian here with a look at this Friday, April. No, I'm sorry. Where are you? It's going to be May 8th. We're going to look at May 8th and the weekend, the rest of the weekend, May 9th, May 10th. And we're going to look, I'll just pull up the chart. Why the heck? It's better to see this. So we're going to start with Aries because that's the first sign of the zodiac. And it's the spring when the sun is in Aries, 0 degrees of Aries. We have the new zodiacal year or the spring equinox. Yep. And here we are. We have all these planets. Neptune. There's asteroid Pallas, Athena, or just Pallas. Saturn at 9 degrees. Mars at 22 degrees. The ascendant at 22 degrees. This is on the West Coast. So I've done many videos showing you how to change your time zone, to put this chart to your time zone, and what's rising at what time. Although, actually, it's really good to check your chart because here we are. My chart is in the middle, and the transits are on the outer wheel. So, yes, all these planets and Aries are transiting my fifth house. I will be having Mars conjunct my Mars return very soon. Um, Mars will return on the 14th. That's right, May 14th. Interesting. Okay. Oops. May 8th. We'll start with May 8th. Mars conjuncts the ascendant in Aries on the at 5:01 a.m. Approximately around that time on the West Coast. And this is going to be very interesting for Friday, May 8th. The moon is in Aquarius, ruled by Saturn. Sorry, the moon ruled by Saturn. Saturn is ruled by Aquarius, and Saturn is in Aries. Mars is in his rulership. And then we're going to go this way, and the next planet, Jupiter. Well, I'm going to go this way because actually the sun is actually going to be on the rising. So the sun will be moving this way. So and this is a night chart because the sun is below the horizon here in the sixth house. So if you move this into hours, And we do this. The ascendant is there. So yeah, if we move this another hour, there you go. Well, Gemini rising. So Aries, yeah, you've been feeling this energy uh, for a long time. Well, Taurus, and well, actually, this, then Mercury, the Sun is in your second house for Aries of your voice, your values. Be communicating a lot about your values, what you value. Mercury rules. Maybe you'll be communicating about uh, short distance travel or like local things or your local neighborhood. Um, a routine, pet, work situation, because the sixth house is your job, work, communicating about work, or maybe you were communicating work with your siblings too. The third house is siblings. Mars is, well, yeah. So, okay, then moving to Venus. Well, we could talk about Uranus. Uranus will be in, in Gemini for the next 7 years. So, yeah, until 2033. Now, Venus is at 17 degrees of Gemini in the third house. So, actually, you maybe uh, Venus in the third house. Well, I could be teaching, learning about what you value. Mercury, it's ruled by Mercury in your second house. So you'll be definitely communicating, using your voice, what you value uh, with the neighbors. Yeah. Then you have Jupiter expanding your home or expanding your lineage too. You know, it could be Aries. Well, you may be getting having a grandchild. Yes, Aries, or a child. Ex, an expansion to your family. Then we have Leo, which is ruled by the sun, the fifth house. In Taurus, Mercury, as I said, is ruled the sixth house in the second. Venus rules the seventh house in your third house. So, um, neighbors and your spouse, your one to one relationships or one to one negotiations with people. clients. Mars rules your eighth house, and Mars is in your first. So actually, that's interesting that Mars rules the eighth house, and he's in the first house. Mars also rules the first house, in the first house. Eighth house is research. Eighth house is things that are hidden. Like the fourth house is a hidden house, and so is the 12th. It's a psychological house as well. Eighth house is also debt, taxes, death, also transformation. Jupiter rules your ninth house, and that is in your fourth. Jupiter is in the fourth. You are in the Aries for Aries. Jupiter is in the fourth house. Jupiter rules the ninth and 12th house. Expanding your worldview. By Saturn ruling your 10th and 11th house. Saturn is in the sign of in the first house in Aries right here. And then, so as I said, Jupiter rules the 12th house as well. Jupiter rules the 12th and he's in the 4th. So this could be anything with foreign currency, foreign money, things. And the 4th house, Jupiter in the 4th house, expanding your, yeah, as I said, expanding your family, your home. All right, moving on. Taurus rising. Well, Taurus, you're ruled by Venus, and Venus is in your second house, transiting your second house, yes, in Gemini. So you're probably communicating about what you using your voice, your value system, communicate in a very communicative way, jovial. Gemini is a jovial sign, likes to communicate. And Mercury, the ruler of your second house, is in your first house. So are they in mutual reception? Venus is in Mercury's sign. Mercury is in Venus's sign. Yes. Even though they are in a aversion to each other, there is a very interesting dynamic working here with these two planets. Um, yes. So that's pretty cool. We have that dynamic going on. Hmm. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Well, the moon is in the 10th house with Pluto, making a sextile to Neptune and Pallas Athena. Okay. The moon is making a trine to Uranus, and so is Pluto. Mm, okay. And then Jupiter is making a sextile to the Sun. Hmm. Some effort is needed, but the Moon, Pluto, and Uranus. That's an interesting combination. Let me know how that is going for you. Uranus is my Gemini is my seventh house, and Aquarius is my third house. So lots of communication with clientele, negotiating with clients, and stuff like that. Okay, Gemini. Well, Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury, and that is in your 12th house right now. In the sign of Taurus, in your 12th house of hospitals, maybe you're taking a nice rest for what's coming up for you very soon when Mercury enters your sign in a few weeks, right? Yes, in a few weeks, yeah. 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Mercury will be entering your sign, Gemini. So yeah, this is all about uh taking a working behind the scenes, possibly doing things that are unseen, and yeah. Mm, Mercury also rules your fourth house of home. So yeah, although Uranus is shaking things up, Venus is here. Maybe doing a makeover. like getting yourself ready to look really great when you're in out when you're ready to get out in the world and show that public when you walk out the door what you're going to portray or show the world your new personality, your new look. Possible. uh, you'll look good doing it too. Alrighty, let's see. Jupiter is in your second house. Expanding self awareness, um, your self esteem, your expanding your voice, and values. The moon is transiting your ninth house with Pluto. So, feeling and transforming your method of learning and worldview. You're changing a lot about your transforming your worldview or your um, philosophy on life or your philosophy. Your beliefs may change. Um, and then we have Saturn and Mars in your 11th house with Neptune, Pallas, and Chiron. Well, we have Neptune, Pallas, Athena, Saturn, Mars, and Chiron, all transiting your 11th house, where most of this action is taking place in your social groups. People you are close, well, your friends, that you're close friends of yours. Um, all right, moving on to ah Cancer. You're ruled by the moon. The moon is in your eighth house. It isn't an aversion to you, although you're transforming your and feeling. These are conjunct, so you may be transforming or research. This is the house of research, the house of the occult, the house of death, taxes, other people's money. That will be for the next, yeah, actually days. So for Saturday and Sunday, yeah, and then into yeah Sunday afternoon, the moon will be moving into Pisces. So yeah, that's not too terrible. The moon moving into Pisces on Sunday for you, a fellow water sign. You have all this energy in your 10th house, Neptune, like your this yeah Neptune is not only bringing could be bringing spiritual awakening to your career and your public persona, how you come across in the public eye, your social status, which is slow to grow because Saturn is in your 10th house. Saturn slow growth. Well, even though it's in Aries, take your time. Don't rush into things. Saturn will be here for a while, teaching you what to do, what you need to do here in your 10th house. Mars is putting the pressing the gas pedal, and that Saturn is putting on the brakes. Your day chart. This is a day chart because the sun is in Taurus in the 11th house. And it's after Mercury, which is interesting to me as well. And Uranus in the 12th house, Venus in the 12th house. Excuse me. Ooh. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. So then Jupiter is expanding your personality, expanding your persona. Could expand your waistline too. Uh, so yeah, good it'll be good to do some be energy or do some activity or outdoor activity, join a gym or a Zumba class, a dance class, or whatever, you know, whatever is fun for you in the public as well. All right, moving to Leo. Leo rising. Whoops. Uh, Leo rising. Well, you're ruled by the sun. Their sun is in your 10th house. This is a day chart. The sun is above the horizon. The sun is moving away from Mercury, going closer to Venus, because that's the next traditional planet that the sun will touch. I mean, it'll go past Uranus, but the sun conjunct Uranus. Well, that'll be interesting times as well. May 20th, right, is when the sun and Uranus conjunct. I believe on May 20th, 21st. No, the 22nd. The sun conjuncts Uranus on May 22nd. How about that? All right. Well, hey, not bad. Very close. But May 22nd, Uranus conjuncts the sun conjuncts Uranus. May 22nd. That's a few weeks from now. All right. Um, and then Sunday will be, well, is Mother's Day here in the United States. Sunday by noon, the moon will be in Pisces. So yeah, it's a good time to be with mom. With this moon in Pisces in a Jupiter ruled sign, with an exalted Jupiter. Hmm. It'll be an emotional time for you, Leo. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm so sorry about that. Um, it is allergy season. It is spring, so allergy season is here. So the moon, Pluto and the moon are in your 7th house. Leo, you've been dealing with Pluto in your 7th house for a couple weeks now. Month, actually, or was it month? Now that Pluto is retrograde, um, it'll be things will be interesting for you for sure. Um, Jupiter in the 12th house, maybe you'll be expanding on spirituality or something about um, foreign shores, money from foreign shores, possibly. Uh, Possibly going off to somewhere a foreign place. This is also hospital. It's a real Jupiter in the 12th house, transiting your 12th house. Well, it's not bad. Actually, it'll be like, um, even though the 12th house is hospitals and prisons, but hey, you know, Jupiter is here bringing beneficial things to you. And then, so yeah, we went through, and then okay, we have all these planets in your 9th house of higher learning, remembering. Well, this could be remembering what you from things from long ago, they're from the past. Uh, yeah, Leo rising. All this Mar Aries energy in your 9th house of your higher purpose, your higher self, belief systems, your philosophy, your worldview. Learning things you already know, possibly. Then we have Mercury and the Sun in the 10th house. So you're enjoying being very public out in the spotlight. Leo rising, yeah. All right, moving on to Virgo. Shoot, shoot, sorry. Virgo rising. Well, you're ruled by Mercury, and that's in your ninth house. Yeah, very interesting. That this moon, that Mercury is closer to the sun in your ninth house. Mercury also rules the 10th house. We have this mutual reception, Mercury and Venus. Well, actually, Mercury. Well, I'm talking about Mercury because Virgo and Gemini, you're both ruled by Mercury. So that's why I'm bringing up this mutual reception between Venus and Mercury and Venus, or Venus and Mercury. So there is a, even though they are the sign next to each other, they do have a connection where they are able to communicate with each other. Venus is uh, in Gemini's sign, and Gemini is ruled by Taurus. Venus and Gemini ruled by Taurus. We have this transformation of your works and health. Ill, this is a illness, pets, work, routine, transforming your routine. You may be feeling this right now with the moon transit conjunct Pluto this weekend. And so yeah, let's move on to Libra rising. You're ruled by Venus. Well, Venus is in Gemini. And actually, I'm going to also talk to you about this mutual reception with Gemini, Mercury in Taurus. So the eighth and ninth houses are connected in some way through this mutual reception. But all this energy is in your seventh house of one-to-one relationships, clients, negotiation, making negotiations with, well, it could be negotiations with clients. And you could have a spiritual connection with somebody, with your spouse, even. Could be getting closer to your spouse slowly, but that's a good thing. The moon and Pluto in your fifth house. So there's like a trine from you to the ninth house to the fifth house, or from the ninth to the fifth, and then the first house. So that's really neat to see that your creativity, that everything about you, what how you create, what you enjoy, what you have, what you, yeah, what brings you happiness, and yeah. Let's see. Um, let's move on to Scorpio rising. You're ruled by Mars. Mars is in your sixth house. Is Mars in his joy in the sixth house? I think so. Let's see. Mars is, yes, Mars is in his joy in the sixth house. So you're enjoying all this work you need to do, Scorpio, taking strategic time, you're making a strategy and, yeah, taking the correct steps to work, uh, routine. mm, Yeah. Uh, but other people are probably talking about you, who are communicating with you, negotiating with you. Scorpio rising. And there's this mutual reception. Well, it does not. Well, you're not bleh. Scorpio is not ruled by Venus or Mercury, so uh, no. Mars is ruled by you, and Mars is also ruled in. Yeah. Your ruler is Mars, Scorpio. Jupiter is in your ninth house, expanding your worldview, expanding your philosophy on life, expanding belief systems, astrology. Well, the ninth house the is astrology as well. Scorpio rising. Okay. Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, we are now at the night chart because the sun is below the horizon, below this line. The sun is here in the sixth house. But you're ruled by Jupiter in your eighth house of other people's money, other people's, yeah, death, rebirth, uh, research, expanding your. Jupiter is expanding everything, and from the for the eighth house. So yeah, beneficial for you. Um, the moon is in his her joy in the third house. Yippee for you, Gemini. Sagittarius, I mean. The moon is in his joy in the third house. So you're going to be, well, you may have really great um, rapport or feeling really close to your siblings, or you may be, yeah, taking on the responsibility. Mm, it's ruled by Saturn, so yeah. um, of siblings or a neighbor, your neighborhood, extended family, your fifth house of creativity, entrepreneurial endeavors is slow, but too, yeah. So you're working on this, taking responsibility for your what you create, what you taking responsibility for what makes you happy, what brings you joy. And Mars is here in your fifth house of fun, creativity. So yeah, let's see. Moving on to Capricorn rising. Okay. Uh, Capricorn. Well, you're ruled by Saturn. That's your fourth house. So this is all about laying your keys, building your foundation, working on building your foundation, taking the correct actions to build your family, your um, responsibility of family, um, home situations. Mercury and the Sun are in your fifth house. Hmm. Okay. Jupiter is expanding. Well, your partner or your business partner or one to one relationships are expanding. The other person may be doing much better than you, which is good. Actually, Capricorn, you are building your um the foundations for your family, your foundation of your life, picking up the pieces, rebuilding. Okay. Aquarius, also ruled by Saturn, in your third house, writing, communicating, slowly taking responsibility for um, siblings, uh, social media, communicate or all forms of communication. And social media is one of them. Uh, the moon is in your with Pluto in your first house. So you'll probably be feeling motherly or feeling like um responsible uh for um hmm, how you come across in the world to others. Hmm. All right. Sun and Mercury. Well, we have Saturn is there, so yeah. Saturn is making a sextile, a square. Actually, Saturn is making a square. No. Yes. Mars is making a square to Jupiter. Yeah, that's interesting. Malefic planet Mars, where Jupiter. Jupiter is in a better position. Oh, they're both in good standing. One is in its rulership, and Jupiter is in his exaltation. Hmm. They're making a square. So actually, it's going to be taking um, um, some action here. Definitely taking action with what you're teaching and your job is as a teacher. Yeah. Um, hmm. The moon rules the sixth house, so yeah, that's interesting. That's an inversion too. The moon and Jupiter, they don't see each other as well at all by sign until the moon moves to closer to 20 degrees. But actually, it is by whole sign and an aversion to Jupiter. All right, let's move on. I think. Are we done with this? Uh, Venus is in her joy. That's right. Venus is being very creative, very, well, yeah, creative communication, creative in their way they speak, creative in the way they value their fun time. What is fun to you? Venus is happy here in the fifth house. Pisces rising. Well, let's see. Pisces rising. Um, you're ruled by Jupiter, so uh, Jupiter is in fall. I'm sorry, no, in exaltation, which is squaring Mars in your second house. So, second house squaring the fifth house. Ooh, action with communication, using your voice to be expand your creativity or your um taking action. Maybe you want a child, grandchild. Who knows? Pisces. This could be really good. Taking some well needed action here. Mars square. I'm sorry. Squares sort of make people mm, like start to move people in a direction they need to. Um, no planets are in their joy for you, Pisces. But hey, this is a really good time to really communicate about what you want, what makes you happy, what maybe you're planning. It could be a planning stage as well of what you communicate, talking about with your partner. Yeah, Mercury's in the third house, ruled by the seventh. But yeah, you could be communicating with your partner or yeah, or family members, yeah, or your family about children, or uh, creative being uh, procreate, procreation, possibly that too. Uh, but hey, let's go to Aries rising. Well, is there anything here for Aries rising again in their joy? Well, um, no. Although a Taurus rising, whoops. For Taurus rising, we have we have Saturn in your joy, in his joy. Saturn likes to be in the 12th house. Um, Mercury is in his joy as well in the first house, and that's it. So yeah, those are just things that I wanted to recover again for that because I forgot that. All right, I think that's all. Thanks for watching. That's your weekend forecast. And all right, I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified when a new video comes up from me. And I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.